Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce, and I'm one of the travel agents with Marvelous Mouse Travels. We are the agency that runs this Facebook group, along with several others that are focused on different destinations. Welcome to Sundays with MMT. This is a weekly live agent panel video series that we do in one of our Facebook groups every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are really excited to be with you tonight in our all inclusive group to talk about the new resorts that are coming to the Sandals and Beaches brand of all-inclusive resorts. So we have a couple of agents who are going to be here with us tonight to discuss those, and we have a lot of information to share with you, but we also would love to take your Sandals and Beaches questions. So if you have any questions about the new resorts or any of the existing resorts, feel free to reach out to us in the comments. We are using a platform called StreamYard to go live this evening. You might be asked to approve StreamYard to display your username and profile picture. Just know that you can decline those permissions and you can still post with us and interact anonymously if you would prefer to do that. But I am joined tonight by two of our marvelous agents. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And if you would take just a second to tell everybody your name, how long you've been with the agency, and the best way for people to reach out to you if they're interested in planning a trip.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Alice Fouts. I have been with the agency for about 3 years now, and the best way to reach me is my email, maryalice@marvelousmousetravels.com.
Hi, I'm Holly Riley. I have been with the agency for almost 6 years now, and the best way to contact me is my email at holly@marvelousmousetravels.com.
And again, my name is Ginger. I have been with the agency just over 4 years. And the best way to get in touch with me is to reach out to me at my blog, which you can find at gingermmt.com. So before we dive into these new properties that Sandals has either just opened or is about to open in the future, let's kind of back up to the beginning and talk to people a little bit, about Sandals and beaches. So what is the difference between a Sandals resort and a beaches resort?
You want to go ahead?
Either way. Sandals is for adults, couples only, and then beaches is going to be your family brand with your kiddos.
Exactly. So something for everyone, which is great. But let's even maybe back up a little bit further than that for people who might be brand new to Sandals and Beaches or brand new to the all-inclusive experience. What would you guys say separates Sandals and Beaches as a brand from some of the other all-inclusive brands that are out there?
So Sandals and Beaches Resorts are luxury all-inclusives. And when it says all-inclusive, it's truly all-inclusive, right down to your tips, taxes, and gratuities. So, maybe some other all-inclusive brands don't include just about everything, whereas Sandals does. So you're going to have your airport transfers, your Wi-Fi, all your gourmet food, beverages, snacks, premium alcohol, even that top shelf stuff. If that interests you, that's included. There's no upcharges at any of the menu, any of the restaurants on any of the menu items. You're going to have your entertainments. You're going to have even unlimited water sports and land sports. And then if you are at a beaches property, your childcare will also be included.
Yeah, and that's not the norm in this industry, so if you are new to that, many of the other all-inclusive properties that are out there, airport transfers would be something that you would have to tack on, tax and gratuity would often be something that you would have to tack on to that initial price tag that you think is really the cost of your vacation, but in reality, it's going to end up being higher than that. And at a Sandals or Beaches property, you don't have to worry about things like that. Now, if you are staying in a butler suite and you would like to tip your butler, that is of course allowed, and you can also tip for spa services and things like that. But your other gratuities are going to be included. And that is really nice, especially if it is a honeymoon or something like that, or if maybe you are gifting this trip to somebody else. It's nice to know that all of that stuff is taken care of in the price that you pay, and that, truly you can just show up and enjoy yourself and not have to worry about any of the rest of that. Yeah. So let's start by talking about the Sandals Resort, the new property that is actually open and has just opened fairly recently, and that is Sandals Royal Curacao. I believe I pronounced that correctly. If not, forgive me. But let's talk a little bit about this property and talk about first where it's located, and then second of all, in your opinion, what makes this one unique?
It's located in Curacao. um, it's going to be one of your farthest down islands, very close to South America. This one is very unique because it's more of they kind of want you to explore the island more. They have a special dining package where if you stay 7 nights or more, you can actually dine at some of the local restaurants. And if you book certain suites, you also get a Mini Cooper to explore the island. So it's very like island inclusive in this one. I'm super excited because I'm going next month. So
Oh, nice. I love that because I think that that really does, it kind of pulls in the local culture,
Mhm.
and so you do have the opportunity to, get off the resort grounds if you want to and learn a little bit more about the island itself, and the island is not really big, correct me if I'm wrong, but Curacao is a pretty small little island in the Southern Caribbean, so you could probably see quite a bit of it, especially if you want one of those suites with the Mini Cooper included. So let's talk a little bit now about the new Jamaican resorts because, when a lot of people think about Sandals, they think about Jamaica because, some of Sandals' original properties were in Jamaica. And so let's talk a little bit about Jamaica itself and these particular resorts, like where in Jamaica they are, and who they would maybe be a good fit for it. Let's start with Sandals Duns River and Sandals Royal Duns River. Now, these are technically two separate properties, but they are going to have exchange privileges with each other, which means that you're going to be able to go back and forth and experience the amenities and restaurants at both if you stay at one. But you're going to have slight differences between the two, and they are distinct, but they're pretty close to each other, so we'll kind of treat them as one kit and caboodle. So where in Jamaica are these going to be, and what would you say makes these resorts unique?
So they are located in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. There are several other properties in that area as well that are Sandals and Beaches properties. These two are going to be unique. They're going to be really close to Duns River, which is a major tourist attraction in Jamaica. So you're going to be right there near that. And then these are also going to feature some different types of suites that
Mhm.
seen before. And so Sandals Duns River opens next summer, next May, and it's going to feature a lot more infinity edge pools. So those are at some of the other properties, but it's also going to have the first set of Rondeval suites, which are a butler type suite, but they are circular. So that's where it gets its name, Rondeval. But these Rondeval suites are going to have a sky deck. So you're able to have, private sunbathing and, activities up there. So you've got your own, little niche of the resort, which I think is really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, talk about, privacy and exclusivity. That would be one of the best ways to do it. And that's one of the most interesting things to me about that particular property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what about Royal Duns River? What's the difference between those two? Other than the fact that we don't have an opening date for Royal Duns River.
So those are going to be kind of similar to the setup right now that they currently have in Barbados. So you have Sandals Barbados and Sandals Royal Barbados. So they are adjacent. They're actually touching. So that's why if you stay at either one of those properties, you're going to have really easy access to be able to share the amenities with the other property because they're basically sisters. But something about Sandals Duns River, and of course hasn't been announced yet for Royal side, is that it will also have exchange privileges with Sandals Ochi Beach Resort, which is right up the road, basically. And so you'll have access when you stay there to, everything that's going on at Ochi. Plus, you're going to have access to what's going on at Royal side. And so even if you're needing to go over to the Ochi Resort if Royal Side isn't open yet, that transfer is included and all the amenities at Ochi are included. So you have even more dining, even more, lounges and bars to explore. All the water sports, everything that's included there is also yours to access.
Nice. Are the Royal Duns River, are those all Butler level suites, or do we not have that information yet?
We don't have any information about the Royal Side.
Hopefully we'll find out soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's kind of end with the beaches property, the actually only beaches property that we're going to talk about tonight, and that is Beaches Runaway Bay. Now, of course, this one does not have a opening date either, and so we could see some changes in the name of the property once they actually move forward with it. But as of right now, at least, it's being referred to by Sandals brand as Beaches Runaway Bay. So where is this one located? And what do you think is going to make this one a unique choice?
This one's also in Ocho Rios. So it's in that same area with your new Sandals there. I'm actually not familiar with a lot of what's going on there yet.
I don't think they've really given us a lot of information about that property yet, but there are probably some really cool new things that they're exploring that will be different than the other beaches properties. But again, with beaches, that is your family all-inclusive. That's how it's different than the Sandals that are in that area. And then with beaches, it's multi-generational. So you're going to have lots of different room types there, room categories there. That can sleep, 2 people, 3 people, or, a whole party of 10 to 12, depends on, the types of rooms that they have there. So if you're looking for an extended family vacation, beaches properties are really great for that. And then, there are on property still places for adults only, and there are places for kids only, like the child care that's included. So, if you're coming with that larger party and you have kids and you have grandparents and you have parents, there's going to be something for everyone to do on property.
Yeah. And I love the description that they've given us of this one, because again, we don't have a ton of information. It seems like this one's in the pretty early stages of development, but what they have released so far is that it is inspired by the woodlands. And so that's cool. And it's also supposed to have some new activities that we have not seen before. Like it's going to have a dedicated wellness area, some new activities like skateboarding and bike trails and a climbable tree house. So that could be really fun for your kids as well. And I believe this one is also going to have access to Runaway Bay Golf Club, which is nearby. And so, you could have even more opportunities to extend your fun that you're having at this property. But just the concept art that they have released, at least at this point, looks absolutely beautiful. And so, there aren't as many beaches resorts as there are Sandals resorts. And so I'm really excited to see the addition of another beaches resort, because I think, a lot of people are looking for that all-inclusive experience and being able to just know that it's paid for and it's done. And, you can book it far enough in advance that you can make payments on it and things like that. So to have another family-friendly property, I think for me at least, is really exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
So last question before we kind of wrap it up for tonight. In y'all's opinion, what is the best reason why somebody should book their Sandals or beaches vacation with a travel agent versus just going online and booking it themselves?
Gosh, just one reason, Ginger?
Well, you can give me as many as you want.
Well, maybe I'll let Holly go first and then I'll chime in.
Oh, geez. So many. Well, I guess a good example right now is like hurricane season.
Yeah.
Definitely want some help taking care of that, in case your vacation is affected by that, and then you have somebody to breeze through that with you and get you all situated instead of having to stress about it and worry about it yourself.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
I think there's a lot of reasons. Like, Number one, we are experts. We are trained in this field, and I know that Holly is as well. We're sandals certified specialists, so that we have been trained. We are having on-site trainings. We have partnerships with different people within Sandals and Beaches, and we know the ins and outs. There are tons of room categories at Sandals, and they are not all created equal. So knowing the difference between those and the difference in your room views and making sure that you're finding the best resort as well that fits your needs, because there are lots of properties on lots of different islands, and they are all different. And so it's really important to know what you're looking for out of your vacation so that we can match you with the best property to fit your needs. So there's those things. And then it doesn't cost any extra to book your vacation with us. So you're having all that additional help, but it's not coming at any additional cost to you. I know the world is opening up and many of the travel restrictions are, lifting, but there are still a few of those islands that are requiring certain things. So that's another reason that you might want to have a travel agent on your side. So you know that, do I need to fill out a health questionnaire? Do I need to be vaccinated for this island? Those are all really major factors in determining where you can travel right now.
Absolutely. And, I was reading an article. It's interesting you bring that up, because I was reading an article just a couple of days ago about how through the pandemic, the value of travel advisors, like more and more people are looking for that personal concierge level help planning their trip, because of just all of the ways that travel agents demonstrated their value during the pandemic, helping people with cancellations. Nobody could have foreseen that was coming down the pike. And so having people who know the travel industry well, who have those contacts and connections with vendors, and work with these people all the time, really ended up being worth its weight in gold, particularly considering the fact that it doesn't cost you a dime extra to do that. And so definitely, if you have never worked with a travel advisor, I think maybe what holds people back oftentimes is they think, okay, well, how much extra is that going to cost me? And then am I giving up control over my trip if I'm handing it over to somebody else? And you're definitely not giving up control, and you're also not paying any extra. So it really is, I think, a smart move for you as a consumer for a whole lot of reasons. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I'm looking at our comments right now, and I'm not seeing any questions at this point in time, but just keep in mind, if you're coming across this video and we are no longer live, it's not too late to ask a question. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, you can go ahead and drop those questions in the comments at any time, because we do monitor these for interaction, and we're happy to come back and answer those questions for you at a later date. Again, if you would like to plan a trip with any of the agents that you heard from this evening, you can find all contact information back at the beginning of the video. But we thank you so much for watching, and we hope that you'll join us again really soon for another episode of Sundays with MMT. Bye, everybody.